Good evening, everybody. It's John once again for Father's Rights, my anti-human trafficking and child neglect YouTube channel. Today we're going to begin a series of what I've learned and what most men are enduring, but worst of all, what their children are enduring. Once again, I'd like to say my wife and her family and the family of the groom that married a 14-year-old girl, they're all classified as child molester enablers, except for the guy that actually molested the 14-year-old at 30 years old himself. He deserves even harsher punishment. And the reason why, I understand why it's important not to let your children get raped at 14 years old, and why the laws are reflected that a child shouldn't be having sex, like in New York State's below the age of 17. There's a reason for it, because you see, when a child goes through that experience, they suffer from post-traumatic childhood experience, and that's going to be in them until the day that they die, because they're doing something they're not prepared for or even understand. Okay? But post-traumatic child experience can also relate to, like in my case, to my daughter, where one parent is telling the other kid, your father is evil, your father's insane, you have to believe the lies I'm saying about your father or you don't love me. That also produces, post-traumatic childhood experience. And that's going to usually, when you do that to a girl, they end up not liking men and have a proclivity toward other females. And that's how it's done. You see, it begins in childhood. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go full nuclear on it, the whole family. I cannot permit these people to keep doing this to other children. I've also found pictures of other children under their charge. A young boy who was dressed in his school uniform wearing a woman's red high heels, and they turned around and said that's because he's in a play. And I turned around and said, when is it okay for a boy under 10 years old to take part in a transvestite show? Because that's what it was. You see what's going on here, guys? Since we become silent and bended to this nouveau feminism, it's destroying our children more than it's destroying us. It's breaking relationships that were strong, where you were the father, you were the protector, where your own child is telling you there's something wrong with grandma. In my case, you better believe it. When my daughter was telling me she didn't want to go over her grandmother's house, she told me straight up, Grandma just puts me in a corner and ignores me all day. And that's what my wife was doing to my daughter too. When she had problems, if I didn't notice, nobody would. So again, guys, don't let them tell you this nonsense that Uncle Pokey could touchy feel because it's okay in the family. It is not. It's the furthest thing from the truth. And the only people who are telling you it's okay or part of their culture, they're the groomers. Okay? They're the child molesting enablers. That's their technical name for groomers. And that's what I found out. And I also found out a post-traumatic childhood experience, which damages the child for life. My wife's family just gives that out like M&Ms to children in their family. So if anybody's got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I'll answer them. And I'm going to do my damnedest to send these people to prison, because that's what they deserve for what they did to children. Not me, to children. Me, on my other case, yeah, maybe they should get a few years for what they did to me. But that's for another thing. Right now, we got to worry about the children, because nobody else is. And on that, I'm out of here.